Alright, so my name is Peter. I've been a diehard, born and raised Washington Commanders slash Redskins fan for the entirety of my existence. I've witnessed two Super Bowls in my lifetime, and I've seen all the highs and I've seen all the lows. And for the past 7 years that Ron Rivera has been our head coach, it was mostly lows. He squandered position after position after position, chased people out of town that were decent, um, that were reliable, that executed, and they just left because they were tired of losing. The latest one now on record is Montez Sweat, that he was tired of being in this position and whatnot. Now I know at the end of the day it boils down to the will of the player. I get all that. But it also comes down to the coaching. At some point in time, they have to be held accountable. And Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio has ran further damaging, tarnishing, whatever negative description you want to throw in there towards the integrity of this team. We're not even a team anymore. We're a bunch of misfits, rambling wild, no direction, no self control. You can see that on the penalties that occur throughout the game. Even the ones the refs don't see, you can still see it. If you've been watching football long enough, yes, you don't have to be a coach. You don't have to be a player. But if you educate yourself enough in the game, you could see where all these little mistakes are costing games. Because they just build, right? They stack each down, each quarter. And by the fourth quarter, you're down 38-31 and forcing a onside attempt and not recovering. That's been most of the games I've watched in the entirety of Del Rio and um, Rivera's tenure. And his excuse on the podium this afternoon is that he didn't get a chance to see the replay. Well, that's bullshit. You're in charge of the challenge flag. You're the head coach. That is your executive decision to throw the ball. I mean, to throw the flag. And you didn't because you're hesitant. You're always hesitant to pull the big trigger. Now, could that have been a game changing maneuver? Who knows? We'll never know because it was never done. And so now it's left in the abyss of all the what ifs that Ron Rivera has cost his team. And so it's embarrassing. We're the laughing stock of the league. The Jets have more wins than we do, and are performing better at this rate. Well, maybe not, maybe a little exaggerating, but you get my point. We're not competitive, and we haven't been for years. And so, whatever culture he established in Washington is, in fact, a losing culture. We know how to do that. We perfected it to a T. But now that we're at the bottom, I think it's time for a fire sale and just let Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio go. We're under new management. They can pull the cord and be done with it, and say we gave it the best shot, whatever PR crap you need to say to make things better on national television, and then cuss them out off the record in the office because of how bad they fucked up this team and for the past 7 years. I mean, how do you go from a turnover on downs and then you march all the way down for a touchdown? There's there's a blowing call, at one point, blowing positioning for a wide open touchdown. There's no discipline on defense. There's hardly any execution on defense, and therefore, you put that on the coach. and the players both have to be held accountable. You can't be picky and choosy when you're the head coach or whether you're the owner of the freaking team. You know, and you bought this team, and now you need to own it and do something about it because you said you were going to in your opening inaugural speech as an owner of Washington. So this is on you. And if you don't do anything at this point in time, you're just as bad as Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio. Period. Because you can say everything under the sun, but if you don't back your words, what good is your word anymore? Because you're in Washington, so therefore, words don't really mean anything anyway. But that's besides the point. Actions speak louder than words, and doing nothing is an action.